Hello everyone, I'm coming to you from the inside of a classroom, taking a break studying for my exams coming up, to talk a little bit about the current state of the US through answering a question that I got in my inbox. So feel free to email me similarly if you have questions along these lines, along any other lines. In fact, I prefer along any other lines, to be honest. Talking politics frequently on this channel isn't something I want to necessarily be doing, but when a question interests me on the topic, I'll of course answer it. So this comes in from Eric asking, what are your thoughts on the current state of the United States from the perspective of a South African? I'm South African. I'm curious as to what you know about what's going on here, / what you're told versus what Americans know / are told, which I think is an interesting conversation to be had, regardless of your views on the current state of the United States. It's always interesting to talk about the information I'm getting fed as a foreigner versus the information Americans are getting fed. Currently, as a university student, it's very, very concerning looking at the United States. I mean, there's a whole array of things to talk about when it comes to Donald Trump being president. And I think, talked about the nature of the right wing on this channel before, but that was more the alt-right pipeline. But there's an infinite amount of things I could talk about. Considering that I'm sitting in a classroom right now, taking a break from studying at a very prestigious university, I thought it would be most effective to just talk about the university side of things, which seems to be that Donald Trump is trying to get such a firm iron grip on the universities in his country and how he wants them to operate, how he wants them to hire students, or let students in rather, forcing universities to change their policies, and when they don't, threatening to cancel funding, threatening to ban international students from being accepted into universities, which is absurd to me. I didn't know that the president could have such disgusting power over an education system. Not to mention he wants to get rid of the Department of Education. All of his views on the education system are honestly pretty revolting. If you don't follow exactly what I say, I'm going to remove your funding and start banning systems you have in place. And currently it's being blocked by a judge, but that's apparently a temporary measure, so who knows how that's going to work. I'm talking about Harvard, of course, if anyone doesn't know, that they refuse to change their policies on DEI hiring, or I guess it's not hiring, it's letting students in, but they refuse to change their policies, and now Trump is reacting like a child having a tantrum, basically. And he also has mentioned how he wants to get rid of the Department of Education, how it's, a waste of monetary resources that the government's spending on, while spending fucking probably trillions of dollars on the defense budget. Anyway, it's all very concerning looking at it from an independent education perspective. And as someone who's in university myself and knows people at Harvard University who are international students, it is very scary for them that they might just be kicked out just because their university wouldn't submit to the will of whatever the fuck Donald Trump says they have to do. And I find that very concerning as an academic myself. That is my take on the current state of the US with regards to education. It's looking very concerning. It's looking like it's mirroring a lot of authoritarian regimes where they rule by punishment, not by aid. And there seems to be this idea with Donald Trump that he's completely removed himself from the fact that the US has gained so much power, not through terror, but through aid. The reason they have so many allies around the world is because of systems like US aid. I seriously hope that the other sections of government have more power than they're displaying right now in their arsenals to stop any individual person like Trump from doing heinous things like this. And I don't see any other way than viewing this as a bullying tactic, a very mean one at that, one that also threatens the foundations of democracy, not letting private education institutions from operating how they want to operate and allowing who they want to allow into their university, and threatening to deport those people, essentially. It's quite disgusting. That's hardly a view on the entirety of the United States of America, because there's a lot more going on in there than just Trump being president and just Harvard University. But again, as I'm sitting in a classroom here, I thought that would be the most apt thing to respond to not allow this video to go to the half-an-hour lengths. So I hope the ambient noise of the fans in the background isn't too much for you to not have enjoyed me talking about these topics. And I'd be very interested to know what your views are on Trump's approach to the education system in his country. But yeah, thank you for your question, Eric, and that's it from me. And as usual, the proverbial door is off the latch for you to comment or email me your thoughts, related or unrelated to this video.